Have you ever checked the change in your pocket or that jar of coins you've kept for years? What if I told you that one single quarter, a 1982 D Washington quarter, could be worth up to $1.7 million today? That's right. A coin worth 25 cents in 1982 could now change your life. In this video, I'll explain why this coin is so rare, how to identify it, and what you should do if you think you might have one. Let's start with a little background. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Over the decades, these coins have gone through changes in design, composition, and minting techniques. In 1982, something unusual happened. The U.S. Mint faced a shortage of coin dies and errors slipped through the cracks. One particular quarter minted in Denver, marked with a D, had a very rare error that made it extremely valuable to collectors. So, what makes this coin worth $1.7 million? It all comes down to a rare combination of minting errors. The 1982 D quarter with this value often has missing mint mark or misplaced mint mark. The D may be faint, misplaced, or missing altogether. Double strikes, weak strikes, or misaligned dies. Coins that have never been circulated, graded mint state by professional services, command the highest prices. Only a handful of these coins are known to exist, making them incredibly rare. Now, here's where it gets exciting. In recent years, collectors have paid extraordinary prices for rare U.S. quarters. One of the finest examples of the 1982 D-era quarter reached a staggering $1.7 million at auction. Even less than perfect versions of this coin can be worth thousands of dollars, depending on condition and rarity. So, even if yours isn't flawless, it might still be worth far more than 25 cents. Look at the year. It must say 1982. Check for the D mint mark on the front, near Washington's hair. Look closely for unusual features. Missing mint marks, double strikes, or strange textures. If you suspect you have one, do not clean the coin. Cleaning can drastically reduce its value. Instead, get it appraised by a professional coin dealer or send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Local shops can give you quick appraisals, but always get multiple opinions. Great place to meet serious collectors. The best route for extremely rare coins, where competition drives up the price. Sites like eBay, heritage auctions, or great collections attract global buyers. So, the next time you find loose change in your drawer, don't just toss it aside. That 1982 D Washington quarter could be your ticket to financial freedom. With values soaring up to $1.7 million, it's worth checking every coin carefully. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips on finding hidden treasures in everyday coins. Who knows? The next rare coin could be sitting in your pocket right now. Imagine finding a simple Washington quarter in your pocket change and realizing it's worth more than a mansion. Yes, you heard that right. A 1967 no-mint mark Washington quarter has shocked the coin-collecting world with a staggering valuation of $1.5 million. Today, we'll uncover the story behind this coin, why collectors are paying such insane amounts, and how you can check your own coins to see if you might be sitting on a fortune. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. By the mid-1960s, America faced a massive coin shortage. To speed up production, the U.S. Mint made a bold decision. Coins from 1965 to 1967 would carry no mint mark at all. That means you won't find a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco on these coins. Every quarter looked the same, or at least that's what the mint intended. So if every 1967 quarter has no mint mark, why is one worth $1.5 million? The answer lies in errors and condition. Some 1967 quarters were struck on the wrong planchets, like silver or dime blanks, making them incredibly rare. A few were struck with unusually sharp detail, almost like proof coins. Most quarters from this era were heavily circulated, tossed in jars or worn down. But the few that survived in mint state 68 or higher are true treasures. In recent years, collectors have pushed auction prices to extremes. The rarest 1967 no-mint mark Washington quarter, in pristine condition with unique striking characteristics, stunned the market when it sold for $1.5 million. That sale cemented its status as one of the most valuable modern coins in U.S. history. Make sure it says 1967. The higher the grade, the better. Look for sharp details, little to no wear, and strong luster. Double strikes, off-center strikes, or quarters struck on the wrong metal. To get serious value, your coin must be authenticated by companies like PCGS or NGC. Even a normal high-grade 1967 quarter can bring in hundreds or even thousands of dollars today. 25 to 50 cents, $20 to $40, $500 to $1, 200 the elite MS-68 coins or unique errors, $10,000 to over $1 million. So yes, one special coin reached $1.5 million, but thousands of collectors are paying serious money for quality 1967 quarters every single day. So before you spend your loose change, check those quarters. A coin you've ignored for decades could pay off your mortgage. If you think you've found a winner, don't clean it, that destroys value. Handle it carefully by the edges. Get it professionally graded. And who knows, maybe you'll be the next person to cash in on $1 million coin. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with fellow collectors, and subscribe for more hidden treasures from America's coinage history. Did you know that a simple 25-cent coin from 1984 could be worth up to $1.5 million today? That's right. The 1984 D. Washington quarter dollar is one of the most sought-after coins in the collector's market. If you have old change lying around, this could be your chance to discover hidden treasure in your pocket or coin jar. Today, I'll walk you through why this coin is so rare, what makes it valuable, and how you can check if your old quarters are worth a fortune. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. By 1984, the U.S. Mint in Denver, that's what the D Mint mark stands for, produced millions of these coins. So why is one particular 1984 D quarter so incredibly valuable? Most 1984 D quarters are only worth face value, 25 cents. But coin collecting is all about rarity, condition, and errors. A small difference in strike, a minting error, or an unusually pristine coin can make collectors pay huge amounts. Now, the record-breaking 1984 D Washington quarter was special because it was in exceptional condition, a mint state grade far higher than most coins of its kind. Combine that with its rarity and collector demand, and the price skyrocketed. According to reports from auctions and coin collectors, this coin reached a jaw-dropping $1.5 million in market value. That's life-changing money for a coin most of us wouldn't think twice about. The small D under the date shows it was minted in Denver. The fewer scratches, dings, or wear, the more valuable. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC in MS-67 or higher are worth a fortune, such as double die strikes, off-center minting, or unusual features. So how can you tell if you have $1 million quarter? Start by checking your coin's date. It must say 1984. Then, look for the mint mark D, just under "In God We Trust." Next, examine the condition. Is it shiny, crisp, with all the details sharp? If so, it might be worth sending in for grading. Even if it's not worth millions, some 1984 D quarters in high condition still sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars. That's why it pays to check. And don't worry, you don't need special equipment. A magnifying glass and good light are enough to spot most details. If you suspect you've got something rare, get it certified by a grading service before selling. The coin market is strong right now, with collectors willing to pay premium prices for rare Washington quarters. The 1984 D is one of the top coins people are hunting for. Get the coin graded by PCGS or NGC. Check recent auction prices online to see what similar coins are selling for. Sell through a trusted auction house or reputable coin dealer. Never just hand it over without knowing its real value. Remember, a certified coin can bring in much higher bids than one that's ungraded. So, the next time you go through your old change, keep an eye out for the 1984 D Washington quarter. What looks like just 25 cents could actually be worth up to $1.5 million. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn about other rare coins hiding in plain sight, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. And if you have any old coins at home, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what treasures you've found. We're talking about one of the rarest and most valuable coins in U.S. history, the 1995 D. Washington quarter dollar. If you're between the ages of 30 and 70, you might have a treasure hiding in your drawers, old jars, or coin collections. Stay tuned, because I'll walk you through why this coin is so valuable, how to identify it, and what you can do if you think you have one. The Washington quarter has been around since 1932, created to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. By 1995, billions of these quarters had been minted. But here's where it gets interesting. Most 1995 quarters are worth only 25 cents, except for a few with extremely rare characteristics. The D-Mint mark tells us this quarter was struck at the Denver Mint. And while millions were made there, a tiny fraction came out with unique errors, high-quality strikes, or rare conditions that make collectors willing to pay enormous sums. Some coins were struck off-center, double die, or with misaligned dies. These errors are like printing mistakes in old books, rare and valuable. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC as MS 67, MS 68, or higher are incredibly rare for 1995 D quarters. The closer to perfect condition, the higher the price. Coin collectors are willing to pay top dollar for the rarest examples to complete their sets. The most famous 1995 D Washington quarter sold for an astonishing $1.6 million because it was in near-perfect, museum-quality condition and carried one of these rare minting traits. All right, let's talk about how you can identify a potential fortune in your own hands. Flip the coin. Look just to the right of Washington's ponytail. If you see a small D, that means it was made in Denver. Make sure it says 1995. The fewer scratches and the shinier the coin, the better. Coins that look brand new are the ones to pay close attention to. Look for doubling in the letters, misaligned designs, or any unusual features. If you think you've got something special, don't clean the coin. Cleaning can destroy its value. Instead, store it safely and consider getting it graded. Use professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. They'll examine your coin and give it an official grade. Rare coins are often sold at major auction houses such as Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers, where collectors are ready to bid high. Trusted local coin dealers can give appraisals, but always compare offers before selling. Remember, a coin worth millions won't usually sell on eBay. It needs professional handling to get maximum value. So, the next time you come across a 1995 D Washington quarter, don't just toss it into a coin jar. Take a closer look. You might be holding a small piece of history worth over $1 million. Have you ever checked your old coins? If not, maybe today's the day to start digging through those boxes and jars in the attic. Who knows, your next big payday could be sitting in loose change. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and share this with a friend who might have a hidden treasure at home. Hi everyone. If you're watching this, you might own a piece of American history, a 2021 P. Washington crossing the Delaware quarter, and maybe you've even heard whispered rumors. It's worth $1.6 million. Well, today we're unpacking that myth, giving you the real scoop, and guiding you through how to find out if your coin truly is worth something. In April 2021, the U.S. Mint unveiled the new Philadelphia struck, that's the P. Mint mark, Washington quarter. It features George Washington crossing the Delaware River, a poignant Revolutionary War moment. This design lasted just 1 year, replaced in 2022 by the American Women's Series Littleton coin gray sheet. But 1 year only doesn't always mean rare. The Philadelphia Mint struck a whopping 838 million of these coins. Wikipedia +1. Circulated coins? Still worth only 25 cents. Just their face value. Coin value checker U.S. Coins Guide. Uncirculated MS grades. Like those straight from rolls or in pristine condition. Typically $1 to $2. Coin Week U.S. Coins Guide. According to Gray Sheet /CPG, mint state examples may reach up to $16 gray sheet. Even high-grade specimens have occasionally reached a few thousand, like a MS-69 that sold for around $2,777 in 2023. Coin Value Checker. So where did that insane $1.6 million figure come from? Likely unfounded rumors or confusion with ultra-rare error or mule coins, but none are known for this 2021 P design. Without a verified auction or grader backing it, that number has no credibility. Yes, rare coins can fetch six figures, but those are historic mint errors, precious metals, or extremely low minted coins, not billions of examples modern releases. But all hope isn't lost. Rare, or especially error, coins can be valuable. A few 2021 coins with double dies or collar clashes are turning up and sometimes yield modest premiums. USA coin Bookbay coin identifier .1 graded MS69 sold for $2,777 at auction. Coin value checker. A burning building error, but from the Tuskegee Airman quarter, not this one, has sold for $100 to $350. The Sun. So, if you think your 2021 P quarter looks unusual, maybe a real error, keep watching. Compare closely to standard examples. Look for doubling, off-center strikes, strange shapes. If you suspect high-grade, MS65+, consider professional grading. Use completed eBay auctions or pricing guides, like Graysheet, to establish realistic value. If it seems unique, submit to NGC or PCGS for grading. Only certified coins fetch top dollar. Auction houses, Heritage, Stax Bowers, reputable dealers, or graded coin marketplaces offer best exposure and fairness. We're talking about the 1980 P Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar. Why collectors are going crazy for it, how much it could really be worth, and what you should look for if you have one tucked away in your old coin jars. Let's rewind to 1980. The United States Mint in Philadelphia struck over 635 million Washington quarters that year. The Philadelphia Mint Mark is a simple P on the coin. At first glance, they look like any other quarter. But what makes some of these coins so valuable? Show photos of George Washington profile on the coin, the reverse eagle design. The Washington Quarter series started in 1932 to celebrate George Washington's 200th birthday, BY 1980. The coins were made of copper-nickel clad, not silver, so most people didn't think much of them. But collectors know that small details, errors, rare conditions, and grading can make all the difference. Overlay images of coin grading slabs, MS67 or higher examples. Coins in perfect mint state condition, MS67, MS68, are extremely rare. Some have unique die errors, such as double strikes, off-center minting, or unusual die cracks. It's these rare survivors that collectors chase, sometimes driving values into the millions. The headline-grabbing claim is that a pristine 1980 P quarter can reach $1.5 million at auction. While that may sound shocking, it shows just how passionate coin collectors are about owning a once-in-a-lifetime piece. Now, let's get to what you really want to know, the market value today. Show screenshots of auction records, eBay listings, coin dealer price guides. Most 1980 P quarters in circulation are only worth 25 cents to a few dollars. High grade. Uncirculated examples can sell for $500 to $5,000. The record-breaking $1 million sales usually involve error coins or extremely rare, certified perfect grades. So if someone tells you every 1980 P quarter is worth millions, that's not true. But the right one in the right condition can indeed be life-changing. Look for the P Mint mark on the obverse front. Coins with no scratches, shiny luster, and sharp details are more valuable. Double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual defects. A professional grading service like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and certify your coin's condition, which is critical for selling. Great for quick appraisals. Best for rare, high-value coins. eBay or Heritage auctions can connect you with serious collectors. Always research before selling. Don't rush, and never accept the first offer without comparing options. So, could a 1980 P Washington quarter really be worth $1.5 million? Yes, but only under the rarest of conditions. For most people, that pocket change is worth pocket change. But the thrill of discovering a rare gem is what keeps collectors searching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting secrets, and maybe, just maybe, you'll discover that your spare change is worth a fortune. We're diving into the world of the 1971 D Washington quarter, a coin from Denver that could turn an ordinary day into a life-changing moment. Stay with me because by the end of this video you'll know exactly what to look for, how rare these coins are, and how to find out if your quarter could be worth a fortune. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I help everyday people, just like you, discover hidden treasures in their coin jars, dresser drawers, and old collections. So if you're between 30 and 70 and thinking about selling old coins for big money, hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss tips like this. Let's start with the basics. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. By 1971, the coin was already a staple in American pockets. Now, the quarter we're talking about is the 1971 D. The D mint mark means it was made at the Denver Mint. Millions of these were struck. So why on earth would one be worth $1.4 million? The answer lies in rare minting errors, unique conditions, and collector demand. Most 1971 D quarters are worth only face value, 25 cents. But a handful are special, and collectors are willing to pay astronomical prices to own them. The big money is in mistakes. A double die, off-center strike, or wrong planchet error could send values skyrocketing. Imagine a 1971 D quarter struck on a silver planchet. That's a jackpot find. Collectors love pristine coins. A 1971 D in mint state or proof-like condition graded MS65 or higher can be worth hundreds, sometimes thousands. Recently, a high-grade 1971 D quarter with a rare minting error made headlines for fetching up to $1.4 million. Yes, you heard that right. A quarter worth more than most houses. Look for the D mint mark. It should be just to the right of Washington's ponytail. Check for errors. Use a magnifying glass. Look for doubling on the date, off-center strikes, or unusual metal color. Condition is king. If your coin looks brand new, it could be worth submitting for professional grading. Companies like PCGS and NGC specialize in this. Research prices. Don't rely on just one website. Look at recent auction results to see what collectors are paying today. So let's talk money. A common 1971 D quarter? Still just 25 cents. A lightly circulated but sharp-looking one? Maybe $1 to $10. High-grade mint state examples? You could see values in the hundreds. And those rare mint error coins, the ones in pristine condition, that's where we hit the $1 million mark. In fact, one 1971 D quarter recently made headlines for selling close to $1.4 million because of its rarity and demand among elite collectors. Don't clean the coin. Cleaning actually reduces value. Get it graded. A certified grade gives buyers confidence and increases your coin's marketability. Use reputable auctions. Heritage auctions, Stax Bowers, or even great collections are trusted names. Know your worth. Don't let a pawn shop or random buyer lowball you. Do your homework first. So, the 1971 D Washington quarter, an ordinary coin with the potential to be extraordinary. While most are worth pocket change, a rare few can sell for life-changing money, even up to $1.4 million. Now it's your turn. Go check your coin jars, your drawers, even your old piggy banks. Who knows, your next trip to the gas station could turn into a millionaire story. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with a friend who loves collecting. And tell me in the comments, have you ever found a rare coin in your change? Did you know a simple quarter from 1990, yes, just 25 cents, has been making headlines for being worth $1.6 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, today we're going to dive deep into the 1990 D Washington quarter dollar, why collectors are talking about it, what makes it rare, and how you can check your old coins at home to see if you might be sitting on a small fortune. The Washington Quarter series began back in 1932 to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. By 1990, quarters were being minted in large numbers at the Denver Mint, which is why they have a small D mint mark right above the word quarter dollar on the reverse side. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Normally, a 1990 D Washington quarter is worth 25 cents in circulation and maybe a couple of dollars in uncirculated condition. But one coin graded in pristine, top condition caught the attention of collectors and fetched a jaw-dropping $1.6 million in a private sale. The $1 million coin was in mint state, meaning it looked as fresh as the day it was struck, no scratches. No wear. Professional grading agencies like PCGS and NGC rate coins on a 70-point scale, and this quarter was nearly perfect. While the 1990D quarter isn't rare in numbers, millions were minted. Finding one in flawless, untouched condition is extremely rare. High-end collectors sometimes pay massive premiums for a finest known coin. Think of it like art auctions. You don't just buy the paint and canvas, you buy exclusivity. How do I know if my 1990D quarter is worth big money? Here's a simple step-by-step guide. Look at the back of your quarter, just to the right of Washington's hair ribbon. If you see a D, it's from Denver. If it's scratched, worn, or circulated, it's usually only worth face value. But if it looks sharp, shiny, and uncirculated, you may want to have it checked. Professional grading. Send it to PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. They'll confirm whether your coin has that $1 million potential. Not every 1990D quarter is worth $1 million. In fact, most of them are worth 25 cents. Maybe $1 to $10 if uncirculated. A few exceptional pieces can reach hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on their grade. A perfect storm of condition, rarity, and collector demand. Think of it as winning the lottery, possible but rare. If you think you've got a valuable 1990D quarter, here's what to do next. Don't clean it. Cleaning can destroy value. Get it graded. Send it to PCGS or NGC. For high-value coins, consider selling through heritage auctions or Stax Bowers. For smaller finds, local dealers can give you quick cash. So, can a 1990D Washington quarter really be worth $1.6 million? Yes, but only under extremely rare conditions. For most people, it's still just pocket change. But who knows? Maybe the next time you check your change jar, you'll uncover a hidden treasure. Have you ever looked at the change in your pocket and thought, this can't be worth more than 25 cents? Well, what if I told you one ordinary-looking quarter, specifically the 1998D Washington quarter, has been valued at $1.7 million in today's coin market? Yes, you heard me right, $1.7 million for a quarter. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in your coins, how to identify the rare ones, and what steps to take if you think you have one. Let's start with the basics. The Washington Quarter series began in 1932, celebrating the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. By 1998, the design was still being used, just before the famous state quarters program launched in 1999. So, a 1998 quarter might not look special at first glance, but here's why some are worth millions. Why the 1998D is special. The D mint mark means the coin was minted in Denver, Colorado. In general, 1998 quarters aren't rare, millions were made. But here's the secret. Mint errors and special conditions can make certain quarters unbelievably valuable. In one case, a 1998D quarter with a dramatic minting error, struck on the wrong planchet and preserved in nearly flawless condition, was sold to a private collector for a staggering $1.7 million. That's why collectors and auction houses are hunting for these coins. What to look for in your quarters? Look just below the word, "In God We Trust." If you see a tiny D, that's Denver. That's the starting point. Collectors prize coins in uncirculated or mint state condition. That means no scratches, wear, or heavy discoloration. These are the jackpot. Look for things like double strikes, where the design looks doubled, off-center strikes, where the design is shifted, wrong planchet errors, coin struck on a metal blank intended for another denomination. If you suspect you have something rare, don't clean it. Instead, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC to authenticate and grade the coin. Why collectors pay so much? Why would anyone pay over $1 million for a quarter? For collectors, it's about rarity, history, and condition. A coin like the 1998D error is a once-in-a-lifetime find, almost like owning a painting by Picasso. Wealthy collectors and investors compete at auctions, driving prices higher and higher. How to sell your rare coin now? If you think you've found one of these quarters, here's what to do. Don't spend it. Put it in a protective case or wrap it carefully. Get it graded by PCGS or NGC. That grading certificate is your ticket to serious buyers. Research auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. These are trusted names in rare coins. Avoid pawn shops or quick cash buyers. They usually won't give you anywhere near full value. Other valuable quarters to watch for, even if you don't have a 1998 D worth $1.7 million. There are other Washington quarters worth hundreds, or even thousands of dollars. For example, the 1932 D and 1932 S Washington quarters, certain 1970 quarters with minting errors, and, of course, some rare state quarters from the early 2000s with mistakes. Closing, so the next time you get a handful of change, don't overlook those quarters. That 25-cent piece could actually be your ticket to financial freedom. Imagine turning pocket change into a $1.7 million payday. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins hiding in plain sight, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and share this with a friend who might have old coins at home. Who knows, you just might be sitting on a fortune. We're diving deep into the story of the 1992 P Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar, and why collectors are paying astronomical prices for it. The Washington quarter has been in circulation since 1932, created to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The specific coin we're talking about today, the 1992 P Washington quarter, was minted in Philadelphia. That's what the P Mint mark stands for. Now, on the surface, it looks just like any ordinary quarter from the 1990s. Millions were made. You might even have some rolling around in an old coin jar. But here's the twist. A very rare minting mistake is what makes a tiny handful of these coins so valuable. So why would anyone pay $1.4 million for a coin worth 25 cents? The answer lies in rarity and condition. In 1992, the U.S. Mint accidentally struck some quarters with a special proof die meant for collectors' coins. This created a unique and almost unnoticeable variation in the design and details. Collectors call this the 1992 close AM quarter. Instead of the normal spacing between the A and the M in America, on the reverse side, the letters are much closer together. Combine this with being in mint state condition, meaning no scratches, no wear, almost perfect quality, and suddenly, you have one of the rarest modern U.S. coins ever discovered. One of these ultra-rare quarters made headlines when it was auctioned for over $1.4 million. Yes, a single coin, a quarter most people would overlook, turned someone into a millionaire overnight. And here's the exciting part. Collectors are constantly searching for these coins. Even if yours isn't in perfect condition, if you happen to have a 1992 P quarter with this rare mint error, it could still fetch tens of thousands of dollars. The market for rare coins has exploded in recent years, especially as more people are turning to collectibles as an alternative investment. So how do you know if you have one of these hidden treasures? Here's what to do. Look at the date and mint mark. It must say 1992 with a P under "In God We Trust." Flip it over to the word America. Take a magnifying glass and check the letters A and M. If the letters are spaced apart, it's a regular quarter. If they are touching or almost touching, congratulations. You might have the rare close AM error. Coins with scratches, wear, or discoloration are worth less, but still valuable. The best step is to send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll confirm the variety and give it a grade that determines its market value. Return to a close-up of the rare coin next to stacks of money. So, the next time you're going through your change jar or an old coin collection from a family member, pay close attention. That ordinary-looking 1992 quarter could be your ticket to financial freedom. Collectors are paying big, sometimes life-changing money, for these rare coins. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins hiding in plain sight, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with friends and family. You never know who might be sitting on $1 million coin right now.